All right, so let's take a look at this problem number 12. It has the same directions as 9, 10, and 11 did. We're given an equation of a circle. We want to rewrite this equation so that it's in standard form, because when you're in standard form, you can easily identify the coordinates of the center, and you can also easily identify the length of the radius. So whenever we have a circle, we want all the variables on one side of the equation and the constants on the other side. So let's take a look here. We've got x squared minus 12x. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room, and I'm going to add y squared to both sides. I'm going to subtract 8y from both sides. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room, and I have negative 48. So we want to complete the square. So we come over and look at the coefficient in front of x. It's negative 12. We take half of that. That's negative 6, but we square it. So negative 6 times a negative 6 is a positive 36. We add that to the left-hand side to balance the equation. We add 36 on the right-hand side. We come over to the y's and we look at the coefficient in front of y. It's negative 8. We take half of negative 8, which is negative 4. If we square negative 4, we get 16. If I add 16 on the left-hand side, I'm going to add 16 on the right-hand side to balance the equation. The reason we're doing that is this trinomial is now a perfect square. So we don't have to really do an x method. We can just come in and say half of this middle term, half of negative 12 was negative 6. If we square that binomial, in the other video I took the time to create a table to illustrate to you that if you square that, that's what you get. Do not distribute the exponent. Most of you can just look at that and FOIL that out in your head. And that's fine. But if you need to do some scratch work to do it, occasionally check and make sure that your system, that whatever you're doing is correct. So, you would want to check and make sure that you factored that correctly. Over here with the y's, if we look at this trinomial, same thing. We take half of that middle term, which is negative 4, and we square it. So on the right-hand side, if we add 36 and 16, we get 52, and 52 minus 48 is 4. And so now this circle is in standard form. You can easily see, the standard form, if you look back in your notes, is x minus h quantity squared, y minus k quantity squared, and r squared. So what are you subtracting? Well, in this case, we're subtracting a positive 6 and a positive 4. So we've got 6, 4 as the coordinates for the center of the circle, and we can rewrite 4 as 2 squared, so we have a radius of 2. So if you go to your graph paper, your graph is going to look better than mine. If I go to the right 6 and I go up 4, I'll be at my center of the circle, and with a radius 2, if I go to the left 2, to the right 2, up 2, down 2, gives me some guidelines. And if I try to draw my circle on graph paper, that would look a lot better. So sorry about that. And here, this radius has a radius of 2, and that center, I've tried to eyeball it to make it 6, 4. So except for my sketch, I don't think that helped, but hopefully everything else here helped, and I'll talk to you later.